In our previous episode, I talked to us about the definition of screenwriting. I also took us through the different writers and how they are different from a screenwriter. And I said a screenwriter is a creative storyteller trained in the art of telling stories visually on script for the purpose of television series, movies, stage plays, and video games. That means every TV series that you watch on your big screen in the comfort of your home, every movie that you watch in the cinema or stream online, every stage play that you watch in theaters or video games that you play on your smart devices were first written by a screenwriter. So today, we'll be talking about the 4 stages of screenwriting. Are you ready? Stage 1 is the moment of inspiration. This is the moment that you come up with the story idea. You have an idea, So in stage 1, that beautiful movie idea comes to you. It's a moment of inspiration. That moment that you said to yourself, oh, I have this brilliant idea about a movie and I would like to put it out there. Let me give you an example of an idea. An idea can be that maybe you were eating, you were in your office writing, or you were having your bath and the idea drops and you say, oh wow, there's this story of a police officer traveling from a station to go be with his family during vacation. But while he was traveling, the vehicle he boarded was hijacked by a terrorist. Now, the police officer will have to stop the terrorist so he can get home to his family. You see, it's a brilliant idea, but it's very brief. So this is where screenwriting starts from. An idea. You come up with an idea, a moment of inspiration. Now, let's talk about the second stage of screenwriting. The second stage of screenwriting is the story stage. What is the story stage? The story stage is where you take that brilliant idea and you flesh it out. You blow it up. You make it, broader. And how do you make an idea to become a story? Simple. Every story have 3 important elements. Number 1, a storyline. So you must create a storyline. What is a storyline? Your story must have a beginning, a middle, and end. Number 2, you create a character. Every story, every screenplay, every movie should have a character. The character can be a person, it can be an object, but you have a character. The reason for characters is because the character will help to move your story forward. Remember, I said we have 3 elements, very important elements in storytelling. And that first element is a storyline. That means your story must have a beginning, a middle, and end. Then I said number 2, your story must have a character. A character in a person or object. Why? Because characters help to move your story forward. Then number 3, and very important, is a story world. A story world is where is your story set in and when was your story set. Let me explain a story world. For instance, if you are telling a story, what year did the story happen? And where? That means the location of the story. For example, your movie was set in New York in 1972. So that is a story world. A story world simply means a location and a timeline. So now, this is the second stage of screenwriting, the story stage. Now you've taken that beautiful idea that you got in your stage 1 and you now develop it by creating a storyline, characters, and story world. The third stage of screenwriting is what we call the treatment stage. Treatment simply is a written document. Now you come up with this beautiful idea and you start to flesh your ideas out. It's time to start writing all the important things that you need in your story, like how the story will flow, the important characters in your story, and where and the time that your story was set in. So now the third stage, which is the treatment stage. Like I said, treatment simply is a written document. That document can serve two purposes. A treatment can serve as a selling tool, and a treatment can serve as a diagnostic tool. As a selling tool, now you have this brilliant idea for a movie, and possibly you want to pitch it to a potential producer, or you want to sell the script outrightly to a production house. Your treatment can serve as your pitch. Sometimes you may not have the opportunity to be in the same room with a producer or an executive producer to tell them what your story is about. But with your treatment, you can send it via email to them, and when they read it, it will serve as a written pitch. And secondly, I said your treatment serves as a diagnostic tool. Now, I will tell you where that comes in. When we get to the fourth stage and the final stage of screenwriting, which is the script stage, your treatment will come handy, because with the document that you've already written, having your storyline, your major characters, and your story world, when you start writing the script, you will need your treatment as a diagnostic tool to help you remember what you said your story will be. Diagnostic tool in the sense that your treatment, remember, let me say you are going on a road trip, you need your compass, you need your map, or maybe you're a pilot or a sailor. As a captain, you need your map to know your route. So this is what a treatment serves as a diagnostic tool. So when you get into the fourth stage, which is the final stage of screenwriting, this stage is the script stage. When you start writing your script, you will need your treatment. So you will remember everything that you said your story will be. The characters, the story world, and the storyline. So the final stage of screenwriting is the script stage. This is when you start to put pen to paper and you write everything that your story will be, having your scene heading, having your action lines, and having your dialogues. The 4 stages of screenwriting. Stage 1, the idea stage, that moment of inspiration. Stage 2 is the story stage, where you take the idea and you flesh it out, creating a storyline, characters, and story world. Stage 3 is the treatment stage. The treatment is a written document. That document will contain everything that you say your story will be, and that document can serve as a selling tool when you are ready to sell your story to a producer, and it can also serve as a diagnostic tool when you start to write your script. Then we said the 4th stage is the script stage. This is when you start to put paper and pen together and you start to create scene headings, action lines, and dialogues for your story. So these are the 4 stages of screenwriting. In our next episode, I'll break down what a script is, how to put your script together, and get your work done. I know you are ready and you are itching to start writing. Everybody have a story to tell, but you need to know how to tell your story visually on script. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Rich Rock, the prolific storyteller, and this is the Creator's Desk. I'll see you in our next episode. But before you leave, I would like you to do something for us. I'd like you to drop a comment on this. I'd like you to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. And our handle is the Creator's Desk. Drop your comments Like this post and reshare it to your friends. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep creating.